Good morning, everyone. Great to see so many of you here. And welcome to all watching online.
Dolores and I were pleased to help with the pledge this year. We hope this introduction will give you some insight as to why we believe in this institution and why it means so much to us personally. While Dolores has been a member of the church for about 30 years, I am somewhat of a newcomer. When my first wife died in 2016, I started looking for community. I remembered that as a young man, I had liked my brief experience at the San Jose Unitarian Church. So I sought out the Unitarians again. I not only found an interesting community, but also my wonderful wife, Dolores. For which I am so grateful. I cherish our happy marriage performed by Reverend Dr. John Burens. And I think we have some pictures. Here we go. There we are.
Yes, David and I owe much to this institution, not only on a personal level by bringing us together, but for the benefits we derive from the society whose values we share. One of my favorite Americans is Henry David Thoreau, author of Civil Disobedience. But I did not know the connection between Thoreau and the Unitarian Transcendentalists. 30 years ago, I only came into this building to attend a training with anti-war activists in the Thomas Starr King Room down the gallery. A flyer was posted in the gallery advertising a Bach symposium with the Reverend Alexander Post. I attended, and it was magnificent. I started coming here on Sunday mornings just to hear the free music. Of course, listening to the sermons, I discovered the history of UU activism, the abolitionists, leaders of the women's movement, and of course, the transcendentalists. Music brought me here. Later, I found my niche here and joined in many UUSF anti-war and human rights actions.
Any of you getting arrested?
I love listening to the choir sing on Sundays as directed by Mark Sumner and the organ played by Rico Odalane. How exciting that is. It's like being at the movies.
Dolores and my relationship started on a bumpy note, though. When I, a former professor at UCSF, first met Dolores and became interested, I gave her my business card showing that I was a consulting PhD in biostatistics. Her response showed her dismay. She said, "Oh, you should know that I flunked trigonometry." She clearly felt that our backgrounds did not mesh well. Later, I tried to introduce her to the intuitive concepts of calculus, derivatives, and integrals, and to show her how they relate to each other with a simple function, y equals x squared. Her response was, and still is always, "I don't need to know calculus. I have a calculator." This story is just to show that we are very different, Yet we discovered our differences and strengths are complementary, fun, and enrich our relationship. I have to say, she's the organizer. I'm more the follower. She's very good at organizing things. I say, vive la différence. And during our lively courtship, we overcame many obstacles. As our wedding cake stated, amor vincit omnia, love conquers all.
Oh, David, that is very sweet of you, and so true. Our differences and strengths at times mirror what we observe here, with UU members having diverse ideas, talents, and backgrounds, but work cooperatively in various groups. As our covenant states, we come together to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and freedom, and to help one another. The opportunities to participate here abound. To name a few: social justice activities and forum discussions. And by the way, this month we're going to be discussing two of the most important issues before us, I believe: the war in Iraq, the war in Ukraine, and climate change. Also, the needleworkers, book review clubs, children's classes, women's rights, men's and young adult groups, pagans, and a pastoral care ministry, and many more interest groups listed on our UUSF.org website. The Flame News appears on this website every Wednesday and monthly. And there are a variety of activities shown here. Central to our Sunday experience are the spiritual and life-enhancing sermons of Senior Minister Reverend Vanessa Southern. The beliefs, values, and moral concepts of this institution are set forth in the 7, soon-to-be 8, Unitarian Universalist principles, and learning about the historical public stance on justice taken by our early Unitarian Universalist forebears, right down to the present day, is very inspirational.
An important part of our growth and change at UUSF is being aware of the demographics and different cultures in this city, and more sensitive to the needs of people of color and our LGBTQ friends and loved ones. This past year, the church staff has faced the special problems of the pandemic, floods, and other issues very successfully, thanks to Reverend Laura Shenham, Dan Bernard, Laura Ludwig, Susanna Bernaola, Jonathan Silk, Joe Chapeau, Judy Straken, Thomas Brown, Roberto De La O, Kelvin Jones, and others. Now that the pandemic is fading, we can bask in the sun a bit, but we must continue to strengthen and improve our capabilities. We therefore ask you now to please contribute whatever you can afford for this pledge year to keep our UUSF ship sailing strongly forward. We hope to maintain last year's goal of raising $750,000.
Soon we will be hoisting new colorful banners proclaiming our identity, where banners used to hang on Star King Way.
There's supposed to be a pic.
There they are.
There we are. That's the old way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fell apart.
Fell
actually.
apart. In the gallery now, there is a mock-up of sample draft language for the new banners. On the next 2 Sundays, we invite everyone, online and in person, to suggest specific words or phrases for the banners, for the new banners. The third week, we will roll out the final banner designs, and then they will go up for the world to see. This will be an event worth celebrating. So please visit the pledge table in the gallery. You will be welcomed with coffee and cake, and 2 more things. If you want to make your pledge today, forms are available. And if you make a pledge or already have done so, please sign your name on the bunting and we'll hang it up. Thank you in advance for your generosity and above all, working together as a diverse, joyous, justice-seeking congregation. Thanks for listening. Let's make this a banner year. Wait. One more thing. Back to our terrific musicians. I have a special request for the future. Are you listening up there? And that is, could we have a few more Mexican songs sometimes?